From the will you to the thank yous, there's much to do. Hi, I'm Veronica with WatchMojo.com, and today we're asking all the right questions so you can plan a fun and flawless wedding. For most women, this day is very overwhelming, so what are some words of advice you have for them?
Don't try to copy something you see in the magazine just because it looks pretty. Try to create something that represents you and your fiancé as a couple. So if you're a modern person, then so be it. But if you're traditional, don't try to fool yourself because you're not going to be happy at the end of the day.
Considering their budget, is there one thing that you should definitely splurge on?
A lot of people say we don't want video. I believe video is very important because years from now, when you have kids, they're going to go through photos, but nothing is going to make them live the moment like video.
In the fashion show, what cuts and designs are we seeing?
A little bit of everything. There's big princess cuts, there's mermaid style, there's a combination of everything, but you see there's a lot of accessories, there's a lot of headpieces, there's a lot of vintage pieces that you could introduce to make it your own. Although the gown plays a big role, but it's how you put it all together. And obviously, the most important thing is what? The shoes. You're seeing more and more colored shoes. Years ago, they were all traditional. They would go either with white or ivory. Now you've got the fuchsias and the purples and the navies, and they're really going all out.
So when it comes to wedding trends, you're the pro. What are we seeing for 2010?
Now more than ever, it's not enough to just pick a color palette to go with for your wedding. And I think what we're going to see in 2010 is brides and grooms taking an actual theme. So for instance, cinema chic, even maybe you're a James Bond fan, maybe you'd like to have a James Bond themed wedding. The second thing that I think is really big for weddings is the influence of design in all realms onto the wedding industry. So I think we're seeing a lot more crossover from fashion design, home design, crossing over into the wedding industry.
Now, how do you make a themed wedding not too cheesy?
If you're going to do a theme wedding, sort of go big or go home. So you don't want to have some part of your wedding themed and then some part of it not. If you're going to pick a theme, try to be consistent right from the invitation to the decor, possibly even what you're serving your guests. Keep it consistent, and then it's less on the cheesy side and a lot more on the entertaining side.
Where does the budget come into place when you're planning?
Dream big and then scale back from there if you've got a budget to work with. Look to the things that you most love in your life, and you really can't go wrong.
What would your number one word of advice be for all the brides out there?
The most important word of advice is to have fun. This is your wedding day, and also, think about the time between when you get engaged to the wedding day itself is also part of the special time in your life. It's easy to think about the wedding day. The wedding day itself is the one big day, but it's actually all the fun in between getting engaged and the wedding. And that's the time when you get to spend with your mom, your sisters, your bridesmaids. It's the time you get to dream and think about all the things you want to do. So my advice is to enjoy that time as much as you want to enjoy your wedding day.
Well, thank you very much. That was great.
Thank you so much for having me.